Happy Monday, milkers. Welcome back. The beer this week is the Raspberry Ginger Exemption by Taxman Brewing Co. of Bargersville, Indiana. This Belgium Abbey-style triple ale is brewed with raspberries, ginger, and citrus to make this beer a trifecta of flavor. Equally fruity and light, but with an alcoholic kick, this brew is one of its own. Has an ABV of 8.5%. As always, please drink responsibly, and the Cumcast gives this beer a 4.5 out of 5 rating. And as always, go to Redcon1 and use my promo code T20CODYCU. That is T20CODYCU for 20% off all Redcon1 products, supplements, merch, everything you need for your workout fitness life. Go and get it at Redcon1.
And at this point, if you don't know how to spell Cody, you're fucking stupid.
Now let's get into the episode. Welcome back, everybody. We missed you. Did you miss us?
Maybe. I mean, yes, I missed you. If you missed us, that's great too. If you didn't, I don't care. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode.
We miss you like Forrest Gump misses his what do they call them? Walking shoes?
Huh?
Walking legs? What's he call them?
What?
Damn it.
He could run again. He didn't need them anymore.
Strong legs? What they call them?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Mom says these are my walking shoes? The walking shoes?
No, he had fucking metal legs.
Oh.
He had braces.
These are my strong legs? What the hell did he call them? Mom says these are my running legs? I don't know. I can't remember.
You're mixing like Waterboy and Forrest Gump. Mama says that alligator ain't got no teeth, no toothbrush, whatever the fuck.
We missed you like a fat Midwestern misses Thanksgiving every year.
We missed you.
Welcome back, everybody.
Like Wisconsinites miss cheese if they go
Is it Wisconsinites?
Wisconsin's like cheese capital.
What in Indianakins? Indianakins.
It's Hoosiers, bitch.
I'm your father.
It's weird.
Huh?
It's Hoosiers.
Yeah. Hoosiers. Yeah. We're the original Sooners, but like way cooler. Not really.
I don't even know what Hoosier means.
I've looked it up 100 times. People are like, "What's a Hoosier?" And they're from Indiana. I'm like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, we're just
I
looking
don't
up Hoosier Lottery.
I don't know what the Hoosier Lottery is.
You obviously like been looking up Hoosier Lotto.
I mean, not on the internet. Hoosier, a native or inhabitant of Indiana. Woo! This is it's great.
Go back up.
What does it mean to be a Hoosier?
Right there. It says right here.
A nickname for someone from the state of Indiana or a fan of Indiana University athletics.
Dumbass, go up. It's right here on the Wikipedia.
So it's the official demonym? Demonym? Is that what that is?
It's like homonym, but demonym.
It's like a demon, but a synonym of demon. For a resident of the U.S. state of Indiana, the origin of the term remains a matter of debate within the state, but Hoosier, quote-unquote, was in general use by the 1840s, having been popularized by Richmond resident John Finley's. Finley's? 1833 poem, The Hoosier Nest.
The Hoosier's Nest.
The Hoosier's Nest.
Anyone born in Indiana or a resident at the time is considered to be a Hoosier in Indiana adopted the nickname the Hoosier State more than 150 years ago. That's not that long ago. So I feel like, because, I don't know, somebody's probably like, who's your daddy? And we're like, oh, that's what we should call ourselves, Hoosiers.
Okay, so if we got it from a poem, and this looks like a guy I work with. But
the thing is,
150 years ago.
Back then, like, if you wrote, like, that's all they had was poems. So if you wrote a poem, or you were popular because of your poem, that everybody was, you just got pussy, like, all the time. Like, that's Edgar Allan Poe. He was just a fucking sex fiend until he, like, killed himself. Or whatever he did. Opium or whatever.
This poem is extremely fucking long.
Yeah, we're not going to read it.
Can I read the first paragraph? Okay.
I guess.
Untaught the language of the schools.
Are you sure you want to read it? Because you read the beer of the week 4 times before you got it right. Like today. Like
I was having
5 minutes ago.
I was having about 4 moments there. So the Hoosier's Nest. I'm going to read the first paragraph. by John Finley, circa 1866.
He was like, he got a fat face. Like there was a thin man under that.
He literally looks like he might be related to Larry Bird.
Like, I could see him on a lily pad croaking. Like, his double chin is massive.
The Hoosier's nest. Untaught the language of the schools, nor versed in scientific rules.
He's just talking about how fucking stupid he is.
No, the humble bard, which is a fucking man-magician...
What?
May not presume.
How do you know what that is?
Huh?
How do you know what that is?
I read a lot of fiction books.
Which is hard because you can't talk.
The literati, to illume, whatever that means, or classic cadences indite, attuned to tickle ears polite, contended if his strains may pass the ordeal of the common mass, and raise an anti-critic smile, the brow of labor to beguile.
This is fucking stupid. Go down. Yes, land of the West, thou art happy and free, and thus evermore may thy hardy sons be, while I don't have my glasses on. Whilst thy ocean life prairies are spread far and wide, or a tree of thy forest shall tower in pride.
And it says, blessed Indiana, in thy soil are found the sure rewards of toil, where honest poverty and worth may make a paradise on earth. With feelings proud we contempt the rising glory of our state, nor take offense by application of its good-natured appellation.
I don't see how you can be like so content and happy with your state.
He wrote this, and it took people reading this in 1866 5 years to finish it.
It took 150 years to realize what the fuck
you
he was
need
saying.
a thesaurus to read this.
That's how old poetry was.
This is like Shel Silverstein made a baby with 3 more Shel Silversteins, and they just couldn't talk right.
The thing, like 150 years ago, that's how they fucking talked, though. They said thy and thee and may I fucking...
Yeah, Jesus verbiage.
I queef thee.
I queef thee.
With my dick.
It said, okay, so he actually uses the Hoosier's nest. I'm told in writing somewhere west, a stranger found a Hoosier's nest. In other words, a Buckeye cabin.
We're half a dozen Hoosier runes. What the fuck is a Hoosier rune?
That's us.
Like a raccoon, but
we're half a dozen Hoosier runes with a mush of milk, tin cups, and spoons. White heads, bare feet, and dirty faces seemed much inclined to keep their places. But Madame, anxious to display her rough but disputed sway, her offspring to the ladder led, and cuffed the youngsters up to bed. Invited shortly to partake
so it's just kids?
Of venison milk and Johnny Cake. Who the fuck is Johnny Cake and why are they eating him?
I feel like it's Johnny Appleseed, but they put him in a cake.
The stranger made a hearty meal, and glances round the room would steal. One side was lined with divers garments, the other spread with skins of varmints. Dried pumpkins overhead were strung, when venison hams to plenty hung. 2 rifles placed above the door, 3 dogs lay stretched upon the floor. This is like...
You're just sitting in a house.
This is like, this is like Silent Night. Not Silent Night. What's the fucking Christmas song?
Silent Night.
Silent Night! When the fucking, not a mouse made a sound, and there's fucking stockings and chestnuts hanging over the fire, except there's venison thighs and fucking dogs.
And fucking Hoosieroons and milk.
I'll read this last paragraph real quick. We
already said we were only going to read one.
We've skipped around a lot. It's entangling me. I need to read it.
It's 3 pages long.
The host who centered his affections on game and range and quarter sections discoursed his weary guests for hours, till summons all composing powers of sublunary cares periftem, and then... No matter how the story ended, the application I intended is from the famous Scottish poet who seemed to feel as well as know it that birdly keels and clever hissies are bred in sick a way as this is. That's the end?
Yeah, but
that's like the ending of fucking Game of Thrones.
Look at the bottom. It says, railroads were problematic in 1830 when this was written. That's the bottom fucking line. He's like, he wrote
Wait,
this.
here's the asterisk. Here's the asterisk. So where's the asterisk at here?
No, I think it's just like...
No, that's an asterisk saying that something's on here that has an asterisk.
I don't think so.
Oh, it's right here. It's right here. It's right there. It says, be discerned from dark repose, her science shall impel her car, o'er blended valley, hill, and plain, while liberty's bright natal star shines twinkling on her own domain. So it says, impel in her car. It's railroad car.
This thing's so fucking...
So it talks about cars, just like, railroads were problematic in 1830. So nowhere did I see that was problematic.
Well, it just means it was problematic. I mean, I don't know what half these fucking words mean. But anyway...
This is literally him telling a story about journeying to Indiana and having dinner with a family.
Basically, yeah. But the thing is, like, we called ourselves Hoosiers because some fucking idiot decided to move here and talked about his journey over here. And we're like, you know what? I like what he said.
He was the mayor of Richmond, Indiana from 1852 to 1866.
Yeah, and look at Richmond now.
And originated the word Hoosier because he said the Hoosier's nest.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what he meant by it. Well, reading what we read, and we skipped around a lot on this, what we read of this...
Everybody was fucking high.
What we read of this, I don't see half the words that he came up with. And I just must be uneducated. But I will say... This is a little bit weird. I don't want to know what the fuck Hoosier Runes is.
That's what I said.
Have a dozen Hoosier Runes.
That's what I said. I was like, Hoosier Rune. So, like, but when he says afterwards, he's talking about kids. The way when I think of a Hoosier Rune, I think of a raccoon from Indiana. Just a Hoosier Rune. A raccoon from
or
Indiana.
Just a fucking crazy person.
I guess.
Hoosier Runes. That's a website.
Ew.
Hoosier Runes definition. Hoosier now spelled ubiquitously Hoosier, whatever, as well as several other phonetical
it
versions.
says right there, it is traced back to the American South, where it was used as a derogatory term for uneducated, uncouth people. We're fucking morons. He moved here and said that we were...
He's like, I'm having dinner with fucking
stupid kids.
I'm having dinner with dumbasses. They hang their meat next to their fireplace. What a fucking idiot.
He's like, half a dozen stupid kids. Is what he said. He moved here and he's like, all these people are fucking idiots. I mean, he ain't wrong because if you walk outside, you can...
He ain't wrong because Ryan just said the word ain't.
Exactly. He ain't wrong. I mean, if you walk outside and throw a rock, you're going to hit a fucking moron.
I will say, we do tend to hang our meat everywhere but the kitchen. So
everywhere besides in our pants. Dicks are small here.
Dicks are small here. The guns do hang many places.
Mm-hmm.
There are
at least two in every home.
We were very sore. The Indiana public were very sore when they said we couldn't have gun racks in our trucks no more. Yeah. I mean, we can, but we just can't have a gun in there no more.
That's the thing.
Because you never know in Indiana when you're going to have to shoot a deer when you're driving through. When you're going to the Dollar General, you never know when you're going to have to kill something on the way there.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, there is at least two guns in every home in Indiana.
I'm not lying, though. This literally looks like a guy that I work with. I'm not fucking lying.
I mean, he's calling us an idiot. He looks like a fucking moron.
What is a Hoosier by the Indiana Historical Bureau? You're not going to have this right. You're not going to say it's uneducated. You're going to say something cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's a historical.
People have been called Hoosiers. It's one of the oldest state nicknames, and it's had a wider acceptance than most. Buckeyes. He used Buckeye Cabin, but Buckeyes are like Ohio.
Buckeyes, Ohio.
The only Buckeyes I know are those chocolate peanut butter things.
But the thing is, they're not... People from Ohio aren't called Buckeyes, are they?
Yeah.
They are?
Well, I mean...
I don't think they're called
Buckeyes. The University of Ohio...
Yes, they
Ohio
are.
State University.
That's just because of the nut.
Ohio-Hoians?
I don't know. I don't think they're called Buckeyes.
Ohioans.
I really don't want to get into like what state people are called. I know I said like I don't see how somebody
There's
could be
like Floridians.
right, but I don't see how somebody could be proud of like their state so much. But like Texas people bleed their fucking flag. So
I think Indiana is Indiana-anians.
Indiana-anians?
Indiana-anians.
I think they're just
like Floridians, Oregonians, Indiana-Indian or Indiana-Anians.
People from Oregon aren't just called the Ducks.
Yeah,
like the fucking college football.
The Ducks.
The Ducks.
Ohioans. But I don't know.
They may be called the Buckeyes. I don't know.
The Buckeye State? They call it the Buckeye State.
That's what I mean.
That's what they call the Hoosier State. Everybody's like, oh, it's a college fucking team. We're going to just call them what they are. It's the Gator State.
Now, the Buckeyes...
Welcome to the swamp.
A Buckeye's a nut, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then they made it...
They
made it into a dessert.
Technically, if you think about it, aren't nuts food as well as the chocolate peanut butter things?
Well, yes.
The chocolate peanut butter things, way better than the regular thing.
That's what I mean. Like, it started as a nut, and everybody's like, "Oh."
If somebody says I'm making Buckeyes for Thanksgiving, you know that you're gonna somebody's got to double pump their fucking insulin.
Unless it's a group of squirrels, then it's fucking candy. It's peanut butter balls dipped in chocolate, where you leave like a little opening.
Yeah, it's an actual tree.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, it's just a nut. But have you ever heard of Buckeye pie?
The bottle brush Buckeye. Is an attractive shrub native to Georgia and Alabama. Why do they call it Buckeye then?
A Buckeye tree.
Is that it?
That's a fucking capybara.
That's a capybara with a mandarin on its head.
A fucking orange on its head.
It's a mandabara. Or a barain. I don't get it. No.
Shut up.
Quit
combining names with shit.
Why?
Because it's stupid.
I don't think you call that candy. I'd say you call that fucking a sugar coma.
It's candy.
It's like, what do you make of Buckeyes? Ooh, better double pump this fucking insulin today.
It's a round Reese.
Gonna fucking need it. Yeah, it's a round peanut butter cup. We can't use that term.
It's a Reese ball.
Stop! We can't use the fucking word. We can't use that word. It's trademarked.
We can say Reese's. Reese's is not trademarked.
Excuse me. Yes, it is.
No.
Yes, it is.
Reese's. Reese's.
Why'd you say it? What the fuck?
I can say Kit Kat.
Can we get flagged if we're not popular?
What?
Is that possible? Like, if this podcast isn't like...
They're not going to sue us. We have no money.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, you got such a huge following. We're going to sue you for all those 50 followers.
The only thing nice I got is my car. I mean, you can have like a fucking shitty mangy dog that I got at home, but that's it.
He's not mangy.
He's not mangy.
He has all his hair.
I mean, besides all like his front feet.
That's a Hoosier dog.
That's a Hoosier dog. Fucked up and ignorant.
I did. Hey, it makes sense, right?
It does.
We're fucking idiots.
All the goddamn dogs in this state are fucking stupid.
Just like the people.
Just like the people.
Damn it! Besides our good friends at Taxman Brewing Co., thank you for the raspberry ginger ale.
Yeah, you said Bargersville was a nice town. You're like, well, they do got.
It is a nice town.
Yeah, you're like, they do got.
It's a nice town.
They do got a good barbecue place right across from the brewery.
There's really not a lot there.
Nice town.
There's really not a lot there. It's super close to Greenwood. It's like a suburb of Greenwood, but there's a couple I think there's 3 Taxman Brewing Co.'s in Indiana, but the main one's Bargersville, I do believe. But it's like a small suburb, like 10 minutes from Greenwood, so it's around a larger area.
That's the thing. Like if you're a good brewery, and like a lot of them just start from small communities.
Like 450 North in Columbus.
It's small.
It's in the middle of fucking nowhere. The reason why they call it 450 North Brewing Company is because it's on Highway 450 North.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally it. But they bought a barn, started this brewing company, and now they brew beer for like a cult. Basically, a cult group of people that travel all the way across the fucking country.
We saw 450 North in Florida. They had 450 North down there.
It's crazy. It's like a cult following. People drive, and I've seen people, Cheyenne and I have been there to meet friends after they do beer releases. I've seen people, they are loading up their cars. Loading. And when I say loading, pallets. They have somebody bring a pallet of beer, and they load it into their fucking cars. It's insane.
I've never tasted any one of their beers that was that good.
They're all good.
They're all good, but nothing.
They have a flavor for everybody.
Yeah.
I think is the main thing.
They cater to a lot of females, which is good because
they're the TikTok of breweries. They found something that fucking worked, and then they sell out everything day one.
I wouldn't say TikTok. I'd say more. They cater to everybody because they have like a lot of. a dying situation in like breweries is a lot of women don't go to them because a lot of women don't like beer.
Yeah.
Some do. A lot do, but a lot don't. So,
but in the area, if you're a girl and you're wanting to get into beer, you go to 450 North because most of the girls that I know that don't like beer go there and they find something they like. Mm-hmm. It's just one of those things where it like Cheyenne never liked craft beer. She would go to breweries because I liked it, but she didn't want to drink anything unless they had a bar or wine or something like that. She'd drink that. But then she was like, she discovered that, oh, hey, they have sours and she likes sour stuff. So I was like, hey, try this sour. You might like it. She tried it, and now she can't get a fucking enough of them. Mm-hmm. She's ordered them through the mail one time, and I was like, why are you doing that? She's like, because I can do whatever the fuck I want, and I like sours. I was like, okay.
See, I did that one time, and they charged me like $90 for beer.
I think hers was like $60, but I think it was like a 6-pack. But if you think about it, some of these beers, they're like tall boys and shit.
They gave me two 32-ounce cans.
Right.
I think they were like $20 a piece.
But if you think about it, some of them are really expensive.
Yeah, some of them were like small batch.
And then some are like Ticketmaster, and they take 90%.
Yeah,
and they fuck you over.
But that's the thing, like, that's one thing that like we really care about. I mean, I drove 5.5 hours for beer one time, so.
When you went up to?
When I went up to Grand Rapids.
I almost said Ann Arbor. That's not Ann Arbor.
No.
I really want to take a trip to Rochester Mills in Michigan, but it's like, I think it's like 12 hours away or 9 hours away.
What?
It's a long way away.
I drove halfway through Michigan. Grand Rapids is like halfway up.
Let me look, because I want to say it's very fucking far. It's definitely, the brewery itself, I want to say is...
It's probably 12 hours there and back.
Oh, I didn't want that. It's pretty far. It's on the northern to mid upper.
This is like Grand Rapids was in the middle, but it was on the east or the west side. It's right by Lake Michigan. I think it was Lake Michigan. Yeah, it was Lake Michigan.
Yeah, so Rochester Mills from where we are. Okay, it's almost 6 hours. So it's actually going that's really, it's above Detroit. So you would actually have to either go through Detroit or you go, wherever that is.
That's up through like
Kalamazoo.
No, see, you go up 69 and then you turn right. And but I would go this way because this way's
Detroit?
Cody, Detroit's not that bad. If you're on the highway, you just don't go like 8 or 9 mile. But see, we went...
Did you just say 8 or 9 mile?
Yeah.
There's a 9 mile road?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Just as dangerous. See, because we're right here.
The Marshall Mathers there, the Eminem, he's 1 inch taller.
I think there's like 7, 8, and 9 mile, honestly.
Yeah?
Because I just watched a documentary about it. But I know 8 and 9. That's legit.
I want to live in cold water. Can you imagine that? It's like... Come on down to cold water. We also have hot water.
Well, the thing, like, when you go through Detroit, I think all the, like, rich people live on, like, the lakeside. Like, Lake St. Clair. I think they live over there.
Right. But yeah, it's like 6 hour drive.
That's where Kid Rock lives.
Lake St. Clair?
He lives in Detroit.
Oh, yeah.
Kid Rock.
Because he's from Detroit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, go hang out with Kid Rock.
And who else is there? Waylon Jennings. No, not Waylon Jennings. Waylon Jennings is dead. Who else was there? He's a country singer. They did a song together.
Shooter Jennings?
No. I think Earl Devils Jr. or not Earl Devils. I don't know who the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, anyway.
What?
I don't know. Anyway, I would like to go to Rochester Mills Brewing Company. I lost track of my brain there for a second. So what's been going on? What's new this week? Anything happen? Interesting?
I watched Dune for the first time.
What the fuck's Dune?
Dune. Sandworms. Dune.
I've never seen it.
I mean, neither have I. That's why
old?
I watched it. No, yeah, it's fucking old.
Oh, okay.
It's like shitty Fifth Element.
Am I uneducated because I haven't watched Dune?
Dune. You know what Dune is.
I've never seen it. I've seen Doom with an M.
Dune. D-U-N-E. Wait, yeah, Dune. D-U-N-E.
No, I've never seen it.
Yeah, D-U-N-E.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's about sandworms and stuff. It's like futuristic sci-fi. I was watching it and I was trying to describe it, or trying to, like, how I could describe it to somebody, and it's like...
Sandworm as in, like, Beetlejuice sandworm.
Yeah, but bigger.
Bigger?
Yeah.
Whoa, that's a big worm.
Like skyscraper sandworm.
Like Big Worm off of Friday, Big Worm?
Friday.
Yeah, the movie.
Huh? Oh!
What a big perm!
What a big perm! No. Anyway, yeah, it's like
Yo, what up, Smokey?
It's like an old Fifth Element. It's like Fifth Element combined with like I don't even know when it was made. Anyway,
I'll totally watch it then.
It's pretty boring.
Oh, okay, great.
Well, I mean, like, you know how old movies are. Like Fifth Element can be boring too.
Older movies, I feel like older movies, unless you actually really enjoy them, you're going to think they're boring. One, because there's just not like that cinematic effect.
Well, that's the thing. I think I enjoyed it because I like Conan the Barbarian, but like original Conan the Barbarian with fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger, like the first one and the second one. Like I love those, and it's kind of that's what it is. It's kind of like that. It's like Fifth Element, a version of Fifth Element, but like Conan the Barbarian style, but like futuristic, like spaceship.
Well, that's because like I don't know how it is for kids, like our kids that are growing up now, like young adults and teenagers, stuff like that. But these movies, like if you educated your kids on them, they would probably think, as compared to what's being made today, they would probably think that they're boring as shit. And sometimes they do seem boring, but that's because the way they were made and the cinematic effects we had back then are nowhere close to what we have now. And if you want my honest opinion, Cheyenne and I were talking about this recently, that movies are almost all the same now. Unless you watch one and you're like, oh, that's awesome. That was an awesome thing that hasn't been made. You know, something that's a certain subject or genre that hasn't been made in a while. Other than that, the rest of them are just either a remake of something old, a sequel or a trequel or a quadriquel of whatever the fuck was made. Those aren't real things, but whatever was made years ago, trying to cater to the same audience, and they suck. It's just what's being made now is nowhere close to what is being made. But I feel like so much more money and so much more planning and all of this had to go into making these movies.
Which ones? New ones or old?
The older ones. So much planning and money, and it took this long to fucking make. Well, here's the thing:
you could make a movie. You can make an old style movie for half the budget of a new movie because it's all animation.
Well, the thing
animation is so fucking expensive.
It also probably took a lot longer to make. It probably takes twice as long to make a movie. Like Dune was made in 1984. It probably takes twice as long to make a movie like Dune in 1984 as opposed to whatever the fuck just came out on Netflix.
Well, that's the thing.
That's about the same thing that just came out a month ago.
Like, you got, like, prop people and shit like that. Like, that stuff barely exists anymore unless you have, like, a decent... Like, that's what they need. But, like, Dune, they had this big fucking black, like, train-looking thing that they pushed into a room. And then, like, it looked metal. And then, like, the black came back. Like, it folded back. It looked like a train, but it was, like... kind of tube-shaped and weird, like flat on top, flat on the bottom, flat on the sides, but it rounded.
Yeah.
At the end, and like that it was all black, and then it folded back, and then it had like this glass, and it was foggy and shit. And then like this fucking like floating brain looking dude comes like sliding up and like starts talking like out of this hole that's in the center of it. Just starts talking, but he's got like this fucking weird like. Vagina.
Have you guys had Jamba Juice?
Like a double vagina mouth. Just look up fucking... Just look up...
You say double vagina mouth?
Yeah, just look up like Alien from Dune. He's a time traveler though. Like he's one of the people that time travels. He's like an
He probably walks through. He's like, y'all ever had Chipotle?
He's like an overlord, but he like his atmosphere is just smog. Like he's just got 6 people smoking Marlboro Reds in his fucking cocoon cage, looking fucking shit. Is his home? Click images. That fucking dude.
That dude?
No, to the right.
That guy?
That fucking guy. That's him. Like a fucking, a brain, like, weird shit. And then they got that fucking guy.
So that's the fucking sandworm thing? Or is that it?
That's it. But they're like 450 meters long. So they're giant. I wish they had like a scene from the movie. Go up.
This is just a bunch of drawings.
Yeah. Well, there's like Dune is huge. Alien from Dune. Let's see if they have it from the movie. It's just did they just deconstruct a buffalo?
I think so. They think because right next to it's pictures of buffalo,
right? But it has like a double giner mouth.
Double giner.
It does. But that's the thing. Like,
so is the movie good or not?
I mean, they remade it, but
I want to know the new one. Hey, who the fuck is that guy? I know that guy. What's his name? I know who he is. I've seen him before. The kid from the new movie.
I don't know.
Let me look up 1984 Dune. Yeah, but it's just what I'm saying. Like, new movies now, one, they're not being made the same. And two, they're just... You have to find one. You know what I mean? You have to find one. Like when Shine and I are finding a movie, I was just like, that doesn't even sound interesting. It sounds like what was just fucking made like a week ago. You know? Like, all these movies are getting put out. She's like, why are there so many movies that just... You know, they just, like, don't get any kind of traction.
Daddy's Home
You
6.
have to actually... Like a TV series... You have to actually have something good that's not like everything, like with a good storyline. That's something like it's different. It has to be different. It's not the same fucking thing. Like all the movies and shows that you see on Netflix, they're like top 10 in the US today. It's like, it's the same shit that was getting made a week ago. It's just in the top 10, and that was in the top 10 a week ago. And then after a couple weeks, it's not in the top 10 anymore. And then it just fades out and it's not fucking interesting anymore. Everybody just, watched it, done. None of these movies that are coming out now are going to be like, you remember Dune made 30 fucking years, 40 years ago almost?
There's a big...
That's what I'm saying. Like, nobody's going to be like, what the fuck is it called? I'm trying to think of a fucking movie that came out.
It's
recently. I can't remember I can't recall a movie that just came out because
The Running Man.
The Running Man.
Yeah, remember The Running Man?
Yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
And then
like
the new one came out.
Total
Recall. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Well, I'm talking about something that just came out recently.
No, I don't know.
Like
some shitty Marvel movie.
Some shitty Marvel movie.
Yeah. And we're gonna get flack for that because fucking Marvel movies are shit. And like they're all the fucking same. It's all CG animation shit.
The Marvel movies are different. The Marvel movies
it's the Fast and the Furious movies.
Just hold on. So let me finish what I was saying. So
I watched an interview with Vin Diesel. He was like, "Yeah, that series, the Fast and the Furious movies, lasted 20 years." He didn't have to do shit for 20 fucking years. They made the same fucking movie for 20 goddamn years. And it was just racing cars. That's all it was. They just raced cars back and forth.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a movie that just came out recently. Okay, here's one. Okay, so Coming to America? So Coming to America 2. So the second one. Coming to number 2, America. It's got a 5.3 out of 10. Okay, so I didn't see it. I heard it wasn't that good. I still want to see it, but it's one of those things. And I'm not trying to single out Coming to America. What's that say? The Many Saints of Newark. What's that one?
New Jersey Gangster, Tony Soprano.
Never mind. Oh wait, that might be good. Okay, so like I'm not trying to point out Kevin Hart, but like Fatherhood. I haven't seen it. I'm sure it's probably a really good movie, and it's a touching movie, and it's probably really good, but I guarantee that there's 100 movies just like it.
Yeah.
Made within the past 5 years.
Past fire.
And nobody is going to be like, you guys remember that movie Fatherhood from Kevin Hart? In 40 years?
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm not trying to bash Kevin Hart. When I'm saying that, I'm not talking shit about Kevin Hart. I like Kevin Hart. I like Kevin Hart's movies.
What was that one movie with the Wayans brothers where the one was a
White Chicks?
No.
Oh.
He's a dad. The one of the Wayans is a dad, and then the other one's the baby, but he's just a tiny person. And he robs a bank. What's that called?
Daddy's Home?
No. That's the fucking...
Oh, that's Mark Wahlberg and
I forget what it's called.
But it's the same shit. Yeah, but like that's what I'm saying. Like I do not think in 40 years somebody's gonna be like, like I said, I'm not singling out Kevin Hart or his movies or anything like
Yes,
that.
we are.
In negative, as a negative aspect, it's just like, nobody's going to be like, you guys remember Fatherhood by Kevin Hart 40 fucking years ago? No, nobody's going to remember that. Everybody remembers Total Recall, Dune,
Fuck yeah.
Beetlejuice,
Yes.
all these fucking movies, Batman, the Batman series, all these fucking movies.
Besides Batman and Robin, I was just watching that thing before we started.
Okay, so the Michael Keaton Batman. Like the Michael Keaton.
No,
Keaton
that was
Batman.
George Clooney Batman.
No, I'm talking about Michael Keaton Batman's the best fucking Batman.
I said it was George. I think George Clooney's a good Batman, but he got a shitty role. He was in the shitty movie with fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger when he
I was
Mr.
watching
Freeze.
a movie. It was Golden Girls. George Clooney was a police role in Golden Girls, and I was like, that's fucking George Clooney. And Cheyenne goes, no, so I was like, yeah, it fucking is.
George Clooney's been in a lot of shit.
But anyway, it's just one of those things where, like, if you have kids, like, if I have kids, I'm gonna straight up
Little man.
Yeah, little man. But if I have kids, I'm gonna educate them on good movies. I'm still working on Cheyenne, and we've been together for 2 years. I'm still trying to make her culture and watch good movies. And in turn, she's showing me stuff too. Like, I've never seen Golden Girls, so I've been watching Golden Girls. And I enjoy it, and it's good. Like, here's an article just popped, like, Stand By Me with River Phoenix. Who knows who the fuck is River?
People don't know who River Phoenix is.
If you're under 30,
yeah.
Do any of you even know who River Phoenix was?
They know who Joaquin is because he was the Joker.
Yeah, that's it. That's it though. But have you seen Gladiator? Have you seen all of that weird role that he played called Her when he's in love with a fucking phone?
That shit was
like, have
fucking
you
weird.
seen that?
I think his best performance was when he was Johnny Cash. That's the best.
Yeah, have you seen the Johnny Cash with Joaquin Phoenix in it? Like, nobody knows his older brother, River. Like, nobody knows.
Because River fucking died.
Yeah, River did die, and it's sad. Nobody knows that he was the kid in Indiana Jones. Nobody knows that he was the kid from Stand By Me. Have you seen Stand By Me? Like, if you haven't seen Stand By Me, educate your kids on Stand By Me if they're old enough, of course.
Did you know?
Because they do smoke cigarettes and drink alcohol. But I think another thing is, like...
Who?
In Stand By Me.
Oh, yeah, and that dude has...
I think another thing is, like...
fucking...
unless your kids...
What's his name? Has a melted ear.
Oh, it's... You just had Corey Feldman.
Yeah, that fucking guy.
But one aspect I think is, like, if your kids are like 15, 16, and you can like start introducing these movies to them, because
Don't let them watch Stand By Me.
I mean, they can watch.
There's a dead kid in that movie.
Yeah, there's a dead kid in that movie. But like, if they're 16, I feel like they can handle.
Oh yeah,
a dead kid at the end of a movie that doesn't really look dead. He's totally fake. But, no, he's real.
It was just dead. They killed the kid and then drug his body in the woods.
They didn't kill him.
Yeah,
he got hit by a train.
Wink, wink.
Oh, the whole story is he got hit by a fucking train.
That's the thing, like, there was no, like...
It happens!
Yeah, but there was no fucking headphones. So you're telling me this dumb asshole was on a train track and couldn't hear the train coming and got hit by a fucking train. I never got the plot of that movie. Yes, he got... But the thing is,
we
like...
did an article 2 weeks ago where those two guys died because their brother got hit by a train drunk, and then those two guys got killed by a train because they were drunk.
They were drunk.
Mourning him.
They were drunk. He was picking blueberries.
How drunk do you have to be?
Can you imagine a little German boy?
He was picking blueberries.
He was. In the movie, he was picking blueberries.
Hey, Mom, I'm going to go pick wild blueberries. Okay, son, see you later. He walked 100 miles.
He didn't live that far from the...
He
didn't live that far from the place, though.
How did he not? The kids had to walk for 3 days.
He didn't live that far.
Oh.
The kid that got hit didn't live that far, but they had to walk. He wasn't from their town.
Oh, okay.
But
they had to walk like 3 fucking days.
That's what they said. He went berry picking and he got hit by a fucking train at night.
Everybody knows the berries go great where the soot is from train tracks.
But that's
I
the
don't
thing.
fucking know.
There wasn't. He didn't have headphones. All right. He wasn't listening to music. All right. And he just somehow just got smoked by a fucking train. A train is going to come plowing ass through there. He was still intact. He would be fucking minced
in the
if
words
he got
of
hit by a
in
train.
the words of that one guy from Kangaroo Jack, he knocked his fucking shoes off. Knocked him right out of his kids. It did.
They did.
It did.
Like, knocked him right off his kids. Yeah, it was a fucking train. He was picking berries.
I mean,
Can you imagine though? He's like, but if he was like in Germany, and like he got hit by a train in Germany, the little German boy with the fucking little funny hat, and he's just like, I'm going to go pick berries, and he was just like, skipping down the railroad tracks, and boom! Fucking train. It just fucking knocks his shoes off his feet.
I don't know if a lot of Germans skip.
Yes, they do.
I think you're getting too big.
Before the Holocaust, they skipped.
I think
now they got something to fear.
I think you're getting too Disney on us. I think you're getting too Disney.
Before the Holocaust, they skipped and they were happy, and then after it was just like, bleh.
But
we're
anyway,
bad people now.
Let's get back to what we were talking about. It's just movies. Movies today are just not memorable like they used to be. But like I said, if I
more dead kids.
If I have kids, I'm going to educate my kids on good movies. Like that's what Jake.
I think I might go home and watch Stand By Me.
That's what Jake Rubel was saying. Like his daughter's wanting to get into watching
horror.
Yeah, horror movies and scary movies, but he's gonna pick them for her until obviously she's old enough to like see stuff that's like age appropriate because she's so young. But she wants to watch these and try and see what if she likes them. She don't like him, cool, but he gets to pick.
Yeah.
And then she says that they're not even like I can't remember what was the first one that he had her watch.
I don't remember.
I can't remember what it was, but she said it wasn't even scary. And I think the aesthetic.
But the thing is, like, they're not scary to us either. Like when I watch like it back then in the 70s, it was fucking terrifying, but now it's not scary.
More or less, older movies just creep me out.
Yeah,
like Wizard of Oz. Wizard of Oz, I think, super creepy.
Well, when you watch it now, like we watched it when we were like 15, and then you watch it now and you're just like, man, that's fucked up. Or it's like, how did they get so many little people in one location?
You have an adult brain. You have an adult brain watching a kid's movie from the 80s.
Yeah.
Or 70s, 60s. Oh, wait, Wizard of Oz was made in the 50s, wasn't it?
It was like the 40s or something. Like, and then remember the horse? The horse changes colors. Like, how did they make that horse change colors? Like, did they just paint
Covered it in food color.
Did they just paint a horse?
1939.
Yeah.
1939. Like, everything was cloudy.
Yep.
No, but that's the weird thing. It's just...
That's the thing. Like, that's a set. People painted that.
Like, movies have aesthetic. Movies now don't have aesthetic. They don't have aesthetic. They don't have that, oh, shit, I'm going to remember this fucking movie for, 30 years.
Yeah, I want to know I want to know who was in the rapey tree. Remember the tree that tried to fucking get her? The rapey tree?
The rapey tree.
Yeah, it was just extremely rapey. He tried to fucking grab her and shit. Yeah. You do that today. If a tree tried to grab you today, you'd be like, call the police. But she was
because trees aren't supposed to grab people.
She was like, get off of me.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit you with my diamond encrusted heel, you bitch.
Can you imagine?
I flew here in a house.
We should do that.
I do not get touched when I don't want to by trees.
We should do that, though. Make like a fucking a spin-off of Wizard of Oz, but turn it into like, how they did with scary movies and stuff. Like,
they did. It's called The Great Oz and the fucking Blue.
They did? No, they didn't. I mean, like, make it like a funny entertainment. Like, she's like, get off me, bitch. She's like, but like when that tree tries to grab me, like, what are you doing here, you little bitch? And he's like, get the fuck off me. And she's like, pulls out a fucking gun and starts capping trees.
But this is like, I looked up just
and
like.
the dog's a Doberman pincer.
No, it's a pit bull, dude. This is Churro. He's my pit bull.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I looked up like the top 100 movies of all time, and I'm not saying this is like a verified source, but this is on George Fox University Library, AFI's top 100 films of all time. Number 1 is Citizen Kane from 1941.
I've never seen Citizen Kane, but I heard it's really good.
It's a bunch of like older movies. The Godfather,
dope.
Casablanca.
First one and second one are dope. Third one's shit.
Like Raging Bull, Gone with the Wind, Schindler's List. The Wizard of Oz is number 10.
Ew.
Star Wars.
Psycho.
Yeah.
I think they mean American Psycho, right? Or maybe just Psycho. I don't know.
The Graduate. Have we seen that one? 1967? I feel like we've seen that.
No. Where the fuck is A Bronx Tale? Where the fuck is...
It might not... It might be farther... like I said, these are 100. It's 100 movies.
Okay. Where's... What was another good movie?
Chinatown.
E.T.
To Kill a Mockingbird.
What's the one China movie? I forget. It's got Snake. It's got Snake Plissken in it. Whatever his name is.
Oh,
Russell.
It's
Russell.
Escape from New York. Right.
He's in it, but he's in. It's another
Snake
one.
Plissken, right?
Yes.
It's Escape New York.
But he's not Snake Plissken. I love this movie. China.
Whatever.
It's Chinatown. What is it?
Escape from Chinatown?
It's not Escape from Chinatown.
Midnight Cowboy, Bonnie and Clyde. Yeah, all these are older movies. Here's one for two. Lord of the Rings, obviously, top 50.
Dope. The Fellowship of the Ring. It's the second one. No, wait. That's the first one.
That's the first one.
Oh, okay.
The first one's voted the best.
Say, some people say that the second one's better.
Whatever the fuck Duck Soup is. Raiders of the Lost Ark. Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf?
Oh, Big Trouble in Little China. That better be.
Big Trouble in Little China. The Shawshank Redemption.
Yes.
Forrest Gump.
It's a good movie, but I wouldn't put it up there.
Titanic.
Spartacus? Yes.
Platoon.
I wouldn't put Titanic up there either.
The Sixth Sense. Goodfellas. That's a fucking good. Pulp Fiction. Now we're getting into it.
Yes.
Blade Runner. Toy Story. Okay, that's okay.
Toy Story.
And number 100 is Ben-Hur. Whatever the fuck that is.
Ben-Hur over.
I will say that I kind of agree with this. I feel like there's some that could be added, but it's only top 100.
I mean, these people are also probably like getting ready to die who made this list. Like if you think
that are already dead.
I've never seen Citizen Kane, so it better be good.
If this is the top one. I mean, it was made in the 1940s, so it better be good. There needs to be a I don't want to say remakes, but see here, the IMDb list says that The Godfather is number 1, and I have never seen The Godfather either.
You need to, it's good.
And see, number 2 is Shawshank Redemption. Now, I love that movie. Schindler's List, Raging Bull. Is that a boxing movie, I'm guessing? I don't know. But yeah, it's one of those things like all these movies have been remembered. Like Casablanca, it was made 1942. 1942! That's 80 years ago.
Yeah, people.
And it's top 5.
People still talk about Casablanca.
It grossed It grossed just over $1 million.
See, I feel like these movies started showing like legs and shit and ankles. So
here's Citizen Kane. This is what the cover of Citizen Kane looks like. And it grossed $1.6 million.
$1.6 million is not a lot of money. Back then it was.
And it has 5 stars on actors, direction, and screenplay. But these actors that were in it...
Oh, everybody's dead.
Orson Welles.
Orson Welles was in it?
Yeah, he's Citizen Kane.
Oh.
That's the thing. Like, all these actors were like... Actors back then were every fucking thing. Yeah. Everything. Actors now, there's so many of them. And it's just like... Oh, these are great. Like, in 100 years, people are going to be like, I know who the fuck Leonardo DiCaprio was. I know who Brad Pitt is. I know this. I know that. But back then, they were the fucking people. They like...
I mean, they still kind of are.
Right. Like, but
There's
they were...
More.
Right. Like, everybody's going to remember Steven Spielberg.
The other thing is, like, everything's getting drowned out now. So it's like sports stars, celebrities, musicians... They're all kind of like in the same loop now with social media and like how everybody is known.
Everything's just so...
Is that a new season of Frontier?
No, that is Jason Momoa as a samurai, I'm pretty sure.
What the fuck?
I'm pretty sure that's what it said.
We put fucking Tom Cruise as a samurai. Let's leave it at that. Which, Last Samurai is a good fucking movie. It really is.
Last Samurai is a really good movie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna fucking
They charged it fucking miniguns and cannons and still survived? Yeah.
No, they didn't. They fucking died.
Tom Cruise, he lived.
Tom Cruise. No, he didn't. Oh, yeah.
One-Tooth Cruise lived.
I love how they charge it miniguns, which fired like 100 rounds per minute, which was unheard of.
Yeah, hand crank.
Yeah, hand crank. How would you like to be the dude with that shoulder injury? He's just like, I can't crank today, boss. My shoulder hurts. Use the other one, motherfucker. But it's one of those things like, how do you like Tom Cruise? He like runs in a minigun and he only has one arm in a sling. It's like, what happened to you, Tom Cruise? I got my arm in a sling. Didn't you get shot like 6 times?
He did. He got shot more than that. He got more.
He got shot more than 50
They both
50
got
Cent.
shot more than 50 Cent.
Yeah.
They doubled 50 Cent.
Yeah. But that is actually a good movie. I'm not gonna lie.
Last Samurai, yeah.
Yeah.
I watched that the other day.
And then you got Keanu Reeves, which is actually, I think he is Japanese.
Keanu Reeves?
Yeah. I think he does have Japanese
I mean, I could see
ethnicity. I think he is. But anyway, yeah, that movie's... What was that one called?
What?
The Keanu Reeves samurai movie.
47 Ronin.
Yeah, 47 Ronin.
I don't think that did very good.
I don't think it did either.
Even though it's kind of...
But it's Keanu Reeves. He doesn't give a fuck.
No. It's kind of good, though.
He kicks men. He kicks people for a living, and he still smokes cigarettes.
Keanu Reeves, yeah.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves is badass. I strive to be a Keanu Reeves.
How did the new Bill and Ted movie do?
Shitty.
That's what I'm saying. They keep remaking
That's
shit.
the thing. Keanu Reeves looks fucking great. The other guy, what's his name?
I just know him from Lost Boys. He's the first one to die.
We looked it up before, but like he looks like dog shit.
He always looks sunken in though.
Yeah.
He always look he got that meth head face. Some people just have meth head faces, but they don't do meth.
He just didn't age well. Keanu Reeves still looks like a beast.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he smokes cigarettes and doesn't give a
fuck.
fuck.
That's what
the cure to a long life. The secret to a long life is
smoking.
Not giving a fuck.
Smoking.
I think it's just not giving a fuck. Honestly, because you hear about people that like they worked a job for 1 year where they hung around people that smoked and they got lung cancer, whereas like Larry has smoked cigarettes for 37 years and he has never had lung cancer.
Everybody's grandma, like they lived to 102 and smoked like a pack a day. But like they worked every day and they fucking they just got out and tried to survive.
Well, that's like Cheyenne and I were talking about this yesterday actually.
I feel like it's a bad you get a good draw or you get a bad draw.
Well, we've talked to Mom about this and I've talked to a guy at work about this. He goes, the guy at work that I work with, he said, I think if you're gonna get anything, it's already predestined that you're gonna get it. You're just gonna get it. That's it. Healthy, smoke, drink your ass off, doesn't matter. If you're gonna get it, you're gonna get it. Now, some stuff can manifest from your lifestyle, yes.
I kind of believe that. But then like you see all like the babies with cancer and like all that shit, it was just bad luck.
I think it's just, if you're going to get it, you're going to get it, and it's just going to happen to you. But also, like I said, you can also have a shitty lifestyle and do it to yourself.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of those things like, if I'm not predestined to get a liver disease, I'm just going to drink my ass off for the next 50 years, and I'll probably get the liver disease. Like, it's just one of those, like, you can't. It's the luck of the draw, man.
I mean, the lines at McDonald's are long for a reason, because everybody's going to die of a heart attack one day.
Right.
So...
maybe. They might not.
McNuggies aren't eventually going to be worth it, people.
But like what we were talking about yesterday is, she was talking about...
That's the thing. Like, I talk about, like, health and all that shit, and I'm like, I'm as big as a car. So...
There's cars that are small, bigger than you, sorry. Bigger than you.
Yeah, a lot of cars.
All the cars.
I was joking. You didn't have to be like, ooh. I'm more like a refrigerator.
You're a small refrigerator. 2 of them stacked on top of each other.
2 minis.
2 minis. Too many fridges. Yeah. So basically, what we were talking about yesterday is, like,
but I weigh as much as your mom, bitch.
What the fuck? So anyway, back to what I was saying. We were talking about this yesterday. If you have something going on, like, you're having, like, stomach pains, you're having whatever, you go to the doctor, you've had them for a little while, nothing's wrong with you, you're fine, you just have, achy stomach, your back hurts a little bit, your legs have been hurting a little bit, but it's been going on for a while. You go to the doctor, and they're like, hey, you have a tumor in your leg. Hey, you have liver disease. You have liver cancer. Hey, you have, muscular, multiple sclerosis. You know what I mean? It's just like you go to a doctor, one day they diagnose you with this, and all of a sudden you can't fucking walk 3 days later, or you're doubled over in pain from having liver cancer. And that's just what I'm saying. Like, it's all mentality. I feel like sometimes it's the way I think about it is it's weird to me, because I feel like sometimes unless you are diagnosed with something, it doesn't manifest. Like, it's one of those things. If you have an issue,
I feel like that's
honestly,
in certain circumstances. I
right,
feel like
if you go and turns out you have stage 4 pancreatic cancer, but you were just having some pains for the past year, and everything was fine, normal life, you just had some pains every once in a while. Turns out you got stage 4 pancreatic cancer. You're going to die in 6 months. Were you? Were you going to die in 6 months? But now that you know you have pancreatic cancer, is it fucking with your brain and now you actually have it? Like, I feel like, are you actually diagnosed?
Yeah, unless it really holds you back, don't go to the doctor.
Right. Are you...
Just die in 6 months.
Yeah, and Cheyenne kind of agreed with me. It's one of those things like she could see, like, do you actually have this? Or are they just telling you have this and now you fucking have it? Because you might have it.
Well, it's not magic. It doesn't work like that.
No, right. I know what I'm saying.
You probably have it. But then once you realize you have it, you immediately get
now
anxiety.
You have a name. Now it has a name.
Right, but
it has a name now.
You immediately get stress, which everybody knows that stress can cause everything.
Right.
You can have a heart attack from stress. You can have GI issues from stress. You can have all kinds of shit just from stress.
You can
have
stomach ulcers just from being stressed.
You can have everything from stress. You can cause an aneurysm in your brain from being stressed.
Right. But it's one of those things. Now, I know not all circumstances are like that. Now, I know, like...
Right. You don't have it until you go to the doctor and be like, oh, let's get an x-ray. And you're just
I know, like,
there's a tumor.
Right. But now I know, look, we have family members that, like, they have cancer, but they couldn't fucking eat or breathe for, 4 months, and then they found out they have a tumor in the throat. It's one of those things, but it's one of those things, if, you go to the hospital and they're like, oh, you actually have an advanced stage of this. Now, all of a sudden, you're in a bed for a week because they got you on bed rest and you're taking medicine. And it was 2 weeks ago that you found out you had it. You were fine, had a little bit of back pain, had a little bit of leg pain. Oh, turns out you have a blood clot and we got to amputate your fucking leg. It's like that. But I feel like in certain circumstances, it's not like that. But in other circumstances, is it manifested because of that?
I don't know.
Because you find out that you have this thing because it has a name now? Yeah. But that's just the way I think about it sometimes, and my brain might work a little fucking differently than other people. But I just feel like that's how it looks. That's how it sounds. It's like, now you have this. Now you have 6 months to live, but you live fucking 6 years.
Ask Jesus. You can't.
What the fuck? Anyway,
because he died.
Anyway,
but he got murdered. He didn't die from a tumor or anything.
Okay. But that's just the way I think about stuff sometimes. I don't know if anybody else thinks like that. It's just it's a weird thing that we were talking about, and it's an interesting conversation to get into. And people,
it's something to think about.
Yeah, it's something to think. Everything is something to think about.
Smoke a big fat J and think about how you're gonna die.
Oh,
get yourself a magic 8-ball and be like, "Am I gonna die today?" No? Okay. Then don't even worry about it.
Don't even worry about it, bro. You do you, boo-boo.
You do you.
Yeah. All right, let's take a quick...
snort all the coke in the world.
Let's take a quick bathroom break.
We have 3 minutes left.
Let's take a quick bathroom break.
All right, we'll be back. We have returned.
I just couldn't make it 3 minutes.
Well, I mean, we can do a little bit longer than that.
Yep. We got a couple news articles coming at you guys this week.
I have 2 today.
Are we doing all 4? Because I've got 2.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We're doing 4 for you guys this week. So
this is fucking sad.
This is sad, but the next one's hilarious.
We were just talking about if Cody's news articles are sad because last week his shit was fucking depressing and.
This is a fucked up one. Cody,
and I thought it'd be just because it's fucked up and all this shit doesn't mean it's a good story for on here.
Okay, I'll do the other one.
We were just talking about fucking. What were we talking about? I forget what we were even talking about, but
movies.
Yeah, we were talking about shitty movies and stuff, and you're just like, oh, depressing.
All right, so let's get into this one. I'll change it. I'll do this one first. How about that?
See, this is a good one. This is a stupid one.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I want stupid and funny news articles only.
Okay, this is a positive. We have to be
nothing
positive.
About fucking kids in a basement.
I'm still saving this one. I'm saving that one. Saving that one for
what?
For a rainy day.
I'm
saving that one for a beautiful day when we're feeling okay.
A suicide article?
Deal with some shit.
Jesus Christ.
Look at this lady in the background. She's just like, why the fuck you crying, fo?
Looks like Ozzy's wife.
Wait, this one or that one?
No.
This one does. Yeah.
What's her name? Sharon or something?
Yeah. Well, it's the Johnny K+8 red hair that this gets her. Maybe that's what attracted him. Anyway, so woman says that she's having an affair with a chimp a chimp at a zoo. So a woman has been banned from visiting a chimpanzee at a zoo in Belgium after striking up a friendship with the animal, despite WRYLY saying that they've have been having an affair. So 80, I believe 80.
I mean, I said Germany was like weird, but like this is weird, but they did the right thing because you kicked the crazy lady out of the zoo. So good for you.
Yeah. So it's either 80 or Addie. I think it's Addie. Addie Timmermans has been visiting Cheetah, a 38-year-old male chimpanzee who lives at Antwerp Zoo in Belgium, for the past 4 years. So this is a long relationship. During that time, she believes that they forged a bond so strong that now they love one another. However, Antwerp Zoo has now told her that she is no longer to make contact with Cheetah, saying he's already been excluded by other chimps within the group for probably communicating with her a lot. That's probably what it is. Speaking to regional news channel ATV, Timmerman said, "I love that animal, and he loves me. I haven't got anything else. Why do they want to take that away?" She finds it unfair that others are still able to see Cheetah, adding, "We're having an affair. I'll just say, other dozens of visitors are allowed to make contact, and why not me?"
Because other visitors are trying to fuck this monkey.
Antwerp Zoo said that Cheetah's well-being may suffer if his relationship with a human continues, and that it just wants the animal to be happy.
You know they just got her out of there because she was just rubbing her tits up against the
teaching him how to jerk his wing.
Up against the glass.
Teaching him how to jerk his wing.
It's like, we're tired of cleaning the cum off the side of this monkey cage.
It's like Hannibal Lecter, but not forced.
We're tired of the pussy smears on this fucking glass.
Who's been leaving streaks on this window?
The zoo wanted a snail climb on this wall.
The zoo, this rather large Belgium snail's been in the area lately.
Yeah, not sure it's a
For some reason, it made it 6 feet up the window. So the zoo told him.
Could you imagine she just like lifts up her dress and just like playing with herself up against this fucking glass? And that monkey's like, they're in the cage throwing their own shit, and he sees some snatch. They're all jealous. That's why all them other monkeys are jealous, because he's getting fucking old lady snatch, and they're just like, fuck him, interfering with one of them upright whites.
Upright whites. What the fuck? Upright whites. That was the second best word to Hoosier runes in that poem. Upright. I seen a bunch of upright whites hanging venison over their fireplace.
Yeah.
So the zoo told Timmermans, an animal that is too focused on people is less respected by its peers. We want Cheetah to be a chimpanzee as much as possible.
No shit.
So outside of the visiting hours at the zoo, he has to manage 15 hours a day in his group. We want to give him the chance to be as happy as possible. According to a zoo spokesperson, the other chimpanzees excluded him if he had contact with humans. The spokesperson said, when Cheetah is constantly busy with visitors, the other monkeys ignore him and don't consider him part of the group. Even though that is important, he then sits on his own outside of visiting hours. So speaking to Radio 2 Antwerp, Sarah Lafont, curator at the Antwerp Zoo, explained, "Of course, we are happy when our visitors feel so involved with the animals, but animal welfare comes first here. Cheetah was brought to the zoo 30 years ago because he was a pet at the time and became unmanageable. He learned chimpanzee behavior with us, but the interest in humans has remained."
That's why. He was an outsider at first, and then now, like, he's got this strange poontang coming around. But the thing is, like, how long does she stay there and, like, visit with him over
if she
4
visits
fucking
him
years?
Regularly, a zoo ticket's like $30.
Yeah, but
average?
Once you go there, you don't have to leave until it closes. So she could spend
You're there for 9
a
hours.
day there.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, as soon as if they would let her in that fucking cage, that monkey would eat her goddamn face.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
I think they should just let her in. Like, she's fucking stupid.
I mean,
we have a bond. We're having an affair.
So the Zoo of Antwerp. So tickets online, 1-day rates.
You think she's like, I'm a child?
Adults is
31 pounds.
31 euros. That's euros.
Oh.
So like it's like $30. So it's like $30.
She may be 60 and over, so it's 29.
She might have a yearly pass.
$1 off. She might.
Yeah, she got a yearly pass for old Cheetah.
I fucked the monkeys at the zoo.
She technically can't get in the zoo enclosure.
That's the thing. She like gets up all nice and dressed to go see her chimp fiance.
We're in love.
We're in love. We're having an affair. How the fuck can you have an affair with a monkey through glass?
The same reason why people fall in love with fucking Charles Manson and all these other serial killers. Except this monkey never killed anybody. He's just trying to live his fucking chimp life in the zoo. Because he lives to be like 60 years old.
He let a chimp.
He's got like 30 years left.
She's just a groupie, but instead of a band, she's just...
We like the same things. We like to pick bugs off of ourselves. We like to play with the same toy every day.
That's the thing, like, this is how bestiality is formed. Like, you imagine, like, if that chimpanzee ever got out and, like, found her, and, like, they just had, like, a giant fucking orgy. Like, they do. Like, that's bestiality. She would let that chimpanzee ram the shit out of her. She's
genuinely sad, though.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
She's genuinely
That's the
sad.
Fucking weird part.
Yeah, that's the weird part, but
she said they had an affair. He didn't fucking say shit.
Allegedly.
He's just like, this red-haired bitch comes and visits me every day. Why not? It's somebody to talk to.
Well, his friends are probably, the other chimps in the enclosure probably like, he'd probably like, why you hang out with her? Allegedly hang out with her.
And be like, Cheetah's your name, so run fast, because she's freaking weird, man.
That's the thing. You're on the other side of a piece of glass or a piece of like plexiglass. Yeah. You don't know if she's weird. She might smell funny. You don't know that. You have no idea.
He just wanted human interaction because that's what he's used to, and she's like, we're in love.
We're in love now. You said hi. Now I want to love you all the time.
Hey, I'm sure women understand because sometimes they get say that, like,
think of how many, you know how you get pictures, you know how you get the postcards with the animals on them? Think of how many she has just taped all over her fucking wall in her bathroom.
And it's always the same picture.
It's always the same picture.
But like,
it's just like,
see, women can understand this because they're like, a guy says hi to you and they think they're in love with you now. Like, shit, I hear, like, I talk to girls at work and like that happens and I'm like, that really happens? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, that's fucking creepy. Yeah. Now I know how scary it is to be a woman today.
It's just like, they walk up, it's just like, hey, how are you today? Good. Oh, she's so pretty.
We're in love now. Like, that's the same thing. That's what she's doing to this monkey.
Yeah, that's how...
I keep saying monkey, but it's a chimpanzee.
That's how men kill other women. That's how murder works.
Right.
Like, it's happened a lot. Like, you hear about it. If you listen to any, like, true crime podcasts, that's like half of the fucking episodes.
Yeah, we got two... Well, the thing is, like, my stories, we can get into mine, but mine are animal stories, too. Yeah.
All right, let's get into it.
Okay. This can technically be our hero of the week. It is a kitten. It's a baby kitten.
I think our hero of the week is Cheetah for putting up with that ass for 4 fucking years.
I don't know, but then he's, like, out of the group. So he's like...
He got forced out of the group. It ain't his choice.
He got like, if they were the Jersey Boys, he had sex with a hooker and, like, got kicked out.
It's like when Danny Zuko falls in love with Sandy, he has to join the track team now to be cool. But then he gets forced out of the greaser. He doesn't want to be a greaser anymore.
Yeah, because he was a nerd.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's like, sorry guys, I gotta join the track team because that's what Sandy's all about because she's from Australia and shit. Yeah. I just want to work on cars. You can't jump over fucking pylons and work on cars. It's like, yeah. Boom. Okay.
Yeah, she's from Australia, but they met in California. That's the thing.
Or Florida.
It was California.
It was Florida.
Anyway.
They met in Florida.
So, a kitten survives a 230-mile trip in an engine compartment. Animal rescuers in Britain said the kitten survived a journey of about 230 miles from Wales to Leeds, England, which I guess is about a 4-hour fucking drive. They said that as soon as they started their journey, they noticed that something was wrong, but they thought it was the engine, and they didn't notice until they finally.
Oh, really? Meow! 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 Meow, motherfucker! You don't hear me! Meow! Oh, really? I think we got a bad spark plug. Meow! Okay.
It was a kid. It wasn't some big fucking tomcat. It was a fucking kid, so it was like, meow. You were just like, fucking yell. Like a Sasquatch. Fucking yelling into the. Jesus Christ. Shit. So they thought it was a problem with the engine. They finally realized that a kitten was trapped in the engine compartment. It wouldn't come out even when they offered it food, so they had to go because it's got PTSD. It was in fucking combat in an engine compartment for 4 fucking hours.
Imagine how hot it was in there.
They said it was completely covered in like grit and fucking oil and like grease, just covered like head to toe.
Well, it's a white cat.
Yeah. Anyway, they finally got it out, and the rescuers just decided to name it Tom Jones, which we were listening to Tom Jones before it started, and Tom Jones is the one who sings. Where were we listening to it? Oh, she's a lady. That's Tom Jones. Yeah,
Here?
Yeah, that's Tom Jones. Whoa, whoa! They named it after a fucking baritone singer. Trapped by an engine. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Trapped by an engine. Okay, shut the fuck up. You don't need to scream. We get it.
Well, because we got a new cat. His name's Vern, and he's 13 weeks old, and he's gotten the habit now. He's learned from the older cat, Kiki, that if it's like the morning and it's time for food, she meows, but she's nowhere near as annoying as him. So he figured that out. So he'll go meow, and then I'll be a dick. I'm getting them food, but I'll be a dick, or Cheyenne will do it. And you'll go meow, and then he'll go meow, and I'm just like, chill the fuck out, bro. Give me 2 minutes. Give me 2 fucking minutes, and I'll get you food.
Just being annoying.
He bit Cheyenne the other day. She was giving him a treat, and we let them, like, pick a treat out of the thing, like out of the box or whatever. And when she was giving him a treat, and he bit her, and she freaked out and spilled them all over the floor. And it's 5 a.m. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. She spilled them all over the floor, and she woke me up, because she goes, "Oh, you motherfucker!" And I was like, "Good morning."
Did she mean to? Or did the cat mean to, or what?
He's just a dick sometimes.
Oh.
He don't know. I mean, he does. He's 13 weeks old. He weighs less than 2 pounds, so he's tiny. About like this cat. Just a young buck.
Gotcha. Alright, so they ended up saving the kitten, and I don't know what they did with it, but he saved
Hopefully fucking apologized.
Something. Well, the thing is, like, he found him a little corner and was cowered in it for 4 fucking hours. So he could have been minced. So he's lucky. He did.
Yeah, we know a friend that happened to his.
I think we talked about it on here.
Yeah, his son's cat. His son's cat. The cat was not that lucky. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, there was a leg laying in the driveway, so it definitely wasn't.
Okay. We could have left it at that, but we didn't. Okay. Anyway, continue on.
Usually it's a lucky rabbit's foot, but now it's a lucky cat's foot.
Oh, Jesus. Continue on.
Okay. So the next news story here, also another cat, just a bigger one. Owner surrenders pet cougar kept in New York City apartment. Animal welfare authorities in New York said a cougar is on its way to Arkansas after being surrendered by an owner who is keeping the 80-pound animal in his Bronx, New York apartment. People in fucking New York are weird. Like, this might be like...
I don't know if you know this or not, but a cougar weighs like 200 pounds.
It's 11 months old. The owner finally realized that the cougar, he could no longer take care of it because it started to become aggressive.
No fucking shit. Have you seen Old Yeller? The fucking dog's huge.
He contacted it through kind of
Is it Old Yeller? No, it's fucking. Remember Homeward Bound?
Huh?
It's a 200-pound fucking cat.
Yeah, he contacted a seller from out of state, which people
are fucking idiots.
There was a guy in the news who kept getting in trouble for illegal pets. He had penguins and fucking tigers.
Yeah, Jim Carrey. It's called Popper's Penguins.
No, this was they called him Bobby Pets.
Bobby Pets.
Bobby Pets, because he has...
Bobby Pets sounds like the prevert down the road says that that's his name. My name's Bobby Pets.
It's because he had so many illegal pets. He had caimans and all kinds of shit.
Bobby Pets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
my name's Johnny Touch-A-Lot.
But he just had... He's not a pervert. He has OCD. Anyway, this cat was this cougar is a cat, but Johnny Touch-A-Lot.
Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, the cougar, they sent it to the Bronx Zoo, and it's waiting. And I guess anyway, it
at least there's a zoo close by they can send it.
Well, yeah, the Bronx Zoo. They say it was one of the best in the world. Bronx Zoo.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's the ones from Madagascar.
Yeah. Anyway, they ended up finding a home for it. It's going to a zoo in Arkansas. So good thing they didn't have to go. It didn't eat this fucking guy, and then they smelt the body and shit. So he ended up giving it up because it started to become aggressive.
Here's something we like going to zoos and stuff like that. And one thing that I think is super weird that I just can't get past is the Cincinnati zoo.
All these fucking old ladies rubbing their tits up against the glass.
I just don't get it.
All these fucking old bitches.
I just
get horny for the.
I understand it's stimulating, but I just don't get it. But no, one thing I don't get is the Cincinnati Zoo is really cool. It's actually a really nice zoo. They serve beer. Never been to a zoo that serves beer. That was pretty fucking sweet.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
No, it is a good idea because I walked around with a solid buzz the whole time.
Yeah.
You ever fed a giraffe when you're drunk? Way cooler than a sober.
That would be fun.
So anyway,
I wanted to do that in Indy because some of the people talk about it on podcasts. They live in San Francisco and they pregame drunk because before they went to the zoo, and they had a shit ton of fun.
We went to a brewery the last time we went to the Cincinnati Zoo. We went to a brewery first, and then I had a couple beers at the zoo. It was fucking great. I had a great time. But the Cincinnati Zoo,
when you're day drinking buzz, you keep a consistent you can still drive on that kind of buzz. But anyway, it's not a good idea.
We don't condone drinking and driving. Please drink responsibly.
Yes. Anyway, but it's fun. It really is. It makes things more enjoyable.
Right. But the Cincinnati Zoo, when we went to it, it's right by the University of Cincinnati. And it's in the middle of the campus is half a mile away. And then there's just where's the zoo at? Oh, here it is in the middle of fucking town. It's just right there in the middle of the city. And Cincinnati's pretty big, but it's just like the Bronx Zoo. The Bronx City. And then it's just there's this big ass park. Oh, wait, there is hundreds of fucking dangerous animals in here, and they could get out anytime.
Fuck it.
It's just one of those things, I thought it was weird because I was where the fuck is the zoo at? I was it's right here in the middle of fucking town, right by campus. I just think it's a little strange because most of the time when you think about zoos, it's oh yeah, they need room to run and shit. No, it's they're in the middle they're in the middle of the city.
We've been doing it for decades. Or, I'll say decades. Well, yeah, decades. We've been doing it for decades. We have totally, basically took the instincts out of these animals, basically.
The last doctor appointment, one of the last doctor's appointments I had, there was a practicing young doctor that was doing my appointment, getting their experience or whatever.
Probably the same one that did mine.
Yeah, getting their young guy.
Oh, no, this
yeah, this was a young guy, but they're just getting their experience or whatever dealing with patients, and he was giving me my appointment, and he said that his goal is to go to all the zoos in the United States, and he's been to almost all of them. I was that's really interesting, actually. That's something I've never heard of somebody liking to do before, so that's actually pretty interesting, I'm not going to lie. And I said that the Cincinnati one's really cool, and I think he said he went to that. We had a 5-minute discussion on zoos. But he said the Indianapolis one's really
fucking
good, too.
Zoo nerd.
No, honestly, zoos are pretty cool if you get, the whole animal out of the wild aspect out of the way. If you don't think about it, it's it's never even there.
Yeah.
Until that one lady.
Tell that to PETA.
Yeah, but that's what, about your article, that's one thing that surprised me. It's all these people are I want a fucking cat. But not just any cat, a cougar. If everybody's like, in a year or so, it's going to weigh 150 pounds. Nobody thinks about, you got to feed this thing ribeyes.
Nobody ever does.
No, it's just like people that get alligators. It's like, he's so cute, it's a baby alligator. One, baby alligators are not fucking cute. No. It's a fucking reptile.
Anything cold-blooded is not cute.
No!
I saw a fucking...
Not at all!
I saw this, I was watching a video and they had this, there was like I think it was a raven. It was either a raven or a crow. Either way, they look the same.
Ravens are a lot bigger than a crow.
Well, it may have been a raven because it was a big fucking bird. Anyway, they had him on, it was like a TV show, and they had this plexiglass box, and he was gonna break into it and get like his treat on the end of a string or something like that. And they were like, all the audience was like so fucking impressed by this fucking bird picking into...
Yeah, here's your size difference.
Oh, okay, it was a raven then.
Ravens are fucking huge.
Anyway, everybody was like, ooh, by this fucking bird breaking into this box. And I was like, hey, it's a fucking bird. You see birds fucking peck at shit all the time. He's grabbing like tape and like pulling it and like ripping it off. And he's grabbing string. And I was like, birds do that shit all the time. I was like, ooh, he's like, hey, he can see the shit. Just because he's a fucking bird, they just peck at shit and to see if it fucking moves.
Yeah, crows are fucking huge. Like, crows themselves are the smaller of the two, but they're fucking huge. If you've never seen a crow up close, they're like the size of a juvenile cat.
Yeah.
They're huge, like height-wise, and then a raven is almost twice that big. A raven, I think, is about the size of a hawk, and hawks are pretty fucking big. They're like the size of a table lamp. They're fucking big. But yeah, like people that get alligators, they're not fucking cute. Alligators are not cute. And they're just like, one day, in like less than a year, this fucking alligator is not going to be a baby anymore, and it's going to be a 4 foot long. Larry's going to be 4 feet fucking long and want more than just fucking dog food.
Right.
Like, he's going to want an actual fucking, foot to eat.
Alligators aren't cute. Crocodiles aren't cute. Fucking snakes aren't cute.
Snakes are not fucking cute.
Spiders aren't cute.
Reptiles are not fucking cute.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Anything cold
Bugs are not cute.
Lizards are cool. Lizards are cool.
If it ain't got hair on it, and if it doesn't have fur on it, and I'm not talking about spiders, like a normal 4-legged fucking animal, it's probably not cute. I did a thing on Facebook years ago. It was cute baby animals every day for about 6 months. And the reason why I stopped, ran out of cute baby animals. They started getting fucking ugly after that.
Yeah.
Otters. Baby otters are cute.
Mm-hmm.
Baby hippos are cute.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
They look like fucking slippery bags of meat.
Looks like a bag of Taco Bell meat.
It does.
Baby horses are cute. Baby cows are cute.
The farthest I would go is like having an iguana. I could have an iguana because iguanas are cool.
That's like people want pigs. Like, not because potbelly pigs can't get that big. They have a certain size they can go up to.
People want like the teacup now because they don't get very big.
But like potbelly pigs can get bigger, but they stop at a certain size.
They just get fat.
Yeah, they stop at a certain size, but like people want I want a regular pig as like a pet. You know that a pig gains 2 pounds a day, 365 days a year. They weigh 400 pounds in 6 months.
Yep.
That's not a baby anymore. 6 months ago, you had a baby that weighed 10 pounds.
Unless it's like a wild pigs, but they're constantly moving. Now, if it's like a
you don't want a wild pig for a pet.
No, if it's like a domesticated pig, they're just made to get fat so you can eat them.
Exactly. Like I said, pigs can gain 2 pounds a day. A year from now, they're 800 fucking pounds. Mm-hmm. That's not a pig anymore. That's a fucking boar.
If you want to watch something gain so much weight that it dies from it, get a pig.
Get a standard American pig.
Yeah.
I like how it's just like, you want a Chevy? Get a standard American Chevy. You want a pig? Get a standard
well, that's
American
like,
shit.
I talked about it before, but like, I was watching ASPCA one time and they rescued a pig and it was in like a shed and they had to get a gate. Like a mesh, like diamond gate, and then like cut it off, and then get a section of it, and had to haul this pig out because it was like 1,100 pounds, but like it was so fat because the owner fed it day-old donuts. There was just a clear garbage bag full of day-old donuts.
That was on like the ASPCA.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah. But it's fucking fat rolls. It couldn't see because the fat rolls were covering its eye. It's kind of like the bigger sister from 1,000 Pound Sisters, like her, like your forehead has meat on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty rough. The life of a pig getting fed day-old donuts.
Yeah.
But you can't fucking
Oh,
walk
man,
in
I bet
40
that was the
bucks.
happiest goddamn pig ever.
I guarantee
He couldn't move. He couldn't get up.
Yeah.
But he was happy.
Yeah, he was happy.
Yeah. Could you imagine just like, well, I fed old Henry the pig a dozen day-old donuts.
Yeah.
I was like, is that what he eats? I was like, yeah. I mean, what else?
Number one fan of Duncan right there.
Yeah. Like, he had all kinds of shit. Sprinkles and everything. He was fucking privileged.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pig privilege. The new form of privilege.
He was a privileged pig.
Privileged pig.
Yep. All right. That is the episode, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for downloading.
We're ending it on privileged pig.
Yeah. Could be like fucking pussy juice, like old lady.
No, let's not do that.
Okay.
Let's not do that.
We just did. Anyway, thanks for listening.
Title
Thank
of
you
the
so
episode,
much.
They Had an Affair.
They had an affair. The affair was the streaks on the window. That's what it was. Thanks for listening. Thanks for downloading. We love you so much. We couldn't
The
do
zoo
this.
snail.
Shut up. We couldn't do this show without you. We fucking love you guys. Go follow everything. It's down in the description. Hit us up with an email if you want us to talk about something. If you want to share something with us, whatever. You got a birthday, we'll give you a shout out. Doesn't matter. If you go rate and review us on whatever platform you listen to. I lost my train of thought there for a minute. We really appreciate it. It just lets people know more about the show.
It bumps our numbers up. And,
Cody,
and
we've explained it before.
Yeah, we have.
And I'm trying to talk. So just sit there and shut the fuck up until I'm done.
Find us.
Yeah. So give us whatever stars you think we deserve. I think we deserve a 4 or a 5, but it's your preference.
Yeah.
So remember, everybody, wash your hands, wash your motherfucking asses, because you stink. Let's get out of here.
My favorite reviews are when they're like, "This podcast is great," 2 stars.
Yeah. And then we kept saying Chad a lot. And somebody's like, besides their flippant use of the word Chad, this podcast is great. And that was you. Because you kept saying every fucking person was a Chad.
That's perfectly fine. We get a 5-star on that or a 4-star?
5.
5. Hey, we got a 5. Mm-hmm. All right, everybody. Go and get some of the raspberry ginger exemption from Taxman Brewing Company. I highly recommend it. And Taxman makes a lot of Belgian-style ales if you are a Belgian-style ale type of person. And if you are not, please try them. They are definitely something to give a try. They are different type of beer, different style. Guaranteed that you might like them.
Jesus Christ.
And remember, if you're getting the new Hellcat, it's not the size of the motor. It's the size of the cat underneath the hood.
The fuck?
The new Dodge Hellcat, you know. Get it?
Oh, shit.
What?
If you're going to have an affair, don't have an affair with the monkey at the zoo, because they'll fucking kick your ass out.
Yeah. If you're getting the new Dodge Hellcat, make sure you get a decent cat underneath that hood.
Right, if you hear fucking from under your hood, fucking pull over because there's a cat under your
That's
hood.
just the motor, baby. That's just the motor purring. All right, everybody. When life gets hard and life gets you down, you milk that pig, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Peace!
We out.